Hi, this is Lisa with your stressless meditation of the week. Today I will guide you on a journey for letting go of self-sabotage. Every person has patterns of self-sabotage, which can show up as an inner critic, as procrastination, as unhealthy habits like smoking or drinking too much, as destructive perfectionism, or as self-neglect. While we cannot expect to drop all habits of self-sabotage instantly, we can learn to gradually develop a new attitude towards life, towards ourselves, and form new habits of self-care, self-respect, and self-acceptance. In today's meditation, you will experience a relaxing guided journey that will help you to gently let go of limiting beliefs and habits of self-sabotage. Before we get started with our relaxation segment, it may help you to remind yourself what your self-sabotaging beliefs and habits are that sustain your stress triggers and interfere with your success, livelihood, and overall well-being. For many people, the phrase, "I am not good enough," is one of the most influential causes of stress, as our fears of failure, our fears of humiliation, our fears of punishment, and our survival fears are often overriding our belief and confidence in our own skills, worthiness, and inherent goodness. To reduce stress effectively, it is important to at least be aware of what is causing inner states of anxiety or overwhelm. If you're sometimes feeling that you're not good enough, you can ask yourself in which area you don't feel good enough. Are you not good enough in mathematics, in sports, in your creative abilities, in grades, or due to a lack of achievement or external recognition? And secondly, is your belief based on subjective opinions, for example, as previously stated by a teacher, parent, or other authority figure? Or is your belief based on objective criteria, for example, grades that measure skill and proficiency? Or is it a mixture of both? It is important to remember that just because you may not always measure up to external standards of excellence, that doesn't mean that you yourself are not good enough. It only means that your skill in this area may not meet external criteria yet. This distinction is important. Just because you struggle with learning something, this doesn't mean that there is anything wrong with you or that you are of lesser value because of it. If you become aware that you are not your skills, that you are not your achievements, and that you are definitely not the opinions of others, you will stop devaluing yourself and instead focus on if and how you can improve your skill sets instead of assuming that you are a failure. Whatever your beliefs are, or in whichever way you sabotage your success and well-being, put these beliefs and habits aside for a moment, as we will begin now with our relaxation journey, during which we will also gently let go of our habits of self-sabotage. First, we begin by relaxing our physical body. So close your eyes. You can sit or lie down during this guided meditation. Make yourself comfortable. First of all, we are going to let our body off the hook. No matter what beliefs we hold about ourselves or our body, allow the body to take a break from those beliefs. Allow the body to be shielded from those beliefs for a little while. Allow the body to relax, to take a time out. Allow your breathing to relax. Simply deepen and calm down your breath. Take a slow breath in and breathe out until the body naturally breathes in again. Simply breathe and let the body decide when your next in-breath begins. At the end of your out-breath, find a few moments of stillness without breath until the body requires oxygen and initiates the next in-breath. Simply wait for this moment to occur without forcing it. Waiting for the in-breath. And now simply allow your breath to find its own natural rhythm. And you can simply relax. Just relax and be guided by my voice. Today you are invited to visit the garden of your beliefs. This is a garden that will show you all the beneficial beliefs you hold about yourself, all the beneficial beliefs you have planted. And in another section, this garden will also show you all the negative beliefs you have cultivated. The goal for our garden excursion today is to nourish beneficial beliefs, to let non-beneficial beliefs melt away, and to sow new seeds that harmonize with your well-being. Let's visit this garden. Where would you find the entrance to your garden of beliefs? Is the entrance hidden? Is it a grand entrance? Is it easy to find or tucked away? Since this is your garden, you can easily find the entrance and walk through the garden gate. What is your first impression as you walk into your garden of beliefs? Is it a thriving, lush garden? Is it a neglected or dry garden? Is there a lot of light and life? Or is it dark and empty? Regardless of how this garden shows up for you, know that it is safe to be here and that nothing is impossible in this place. The first thing we are going to check on is if this garden has adequate water supply. Somewhere you may find a water source, perhaps a garden tap or hose, a well, a creek, a pond, or any other source of water. If you do not find adequate water, ask your garden to create a water source. As this is your garden, you can create any kind of magic and use your imagination to create change. Once you have located and secured your water source, find the garden area with all of your beneficial beliefs planted, all of the thoughts that you have about yourself, your life, and the world. How big is this garden section? Is it thriving? Is it alive? Are there any flowers or colors or animals like birds, insects, or other garden inhabitants? No matter what size your positive belief section in this garden is, check if anything is growing in this section. And investigate if whatever is growing in this section requires to be watered, requires help to grow further, perhaps needs fertilizer, or requires shade or more sun exposure. Take a moment to tend to this garden section. Look after it. Care for it. Perhaps you would also like to put someone in charge who can look after this garden section for you. Who would volunteer for the honor of this job? And once you feel that your positive belief section in this garden is well tended to, look around for the area of your garden that contains all of your sabotaging beliefs and habits. Those beliefs that interfere with your well-being, with your confidence, and with your success. How big is this garden section? What is growing there? Is that something you want to grow? Do you want to keep any of these plants? How are you feeling looking at this garden section? In this moment, you have a choice to either destroy this garden section by burning all of the plants that grow here and eventually using the ash to create a new garden, or you can simply cut all the water and light off this garden section so that these negative beliefs gradually die off due to less than ideal growing conditions. Whether you decide to cut this garden section off from what these plants need to grow, or whether you burn this section completely, ensure that no section of this garden is thriving, that you are no longer feeding this section of this garden, that you are no longer planting any of the same seeds. If you want, you can assign someone who is brave and reliable to ensure that this garden no longer grows. It will be up to you to decide what you would want to do with this garden section once you have eliminated the plant growth here. Before deciding, call on some little helpers who can dig into the ground and collect every single seed that has previously grown in this garden section. Every seed that contains the memory of your self-sabotaging beliefs. Have them collect all of these seeds and put them in a metal bowl. And now light up these seeds and burn them until nothing is left, not even ash. Burn them magically. Let the smoke drift away. And as you are looking now at this garden section that has previously held your negative beliefs and their seeds, what would you like to do with it? Would you like to plant out something new? Build a house on it? Turn it into a dam? Create an idyllic sitting area? Or simply remove this section from your garden altogether? Whatever your intention for this garden section is, simply imagine waving a magic wand that creates whatever change you envision here. Your magic wand can turn this garden section into anything you want, or it can be completely removed by making it vanish. And whatever you have decided to do, let it happen, and then check in how you feel with your decision and the end result. And once this process feels complete, we are going to visit a third area in this garden. And this garden section is completely new. Nothing has ever grown here before. This is a garden section where you can plant new seeds to create something entirely new. Looking at this new garden section, perhaps you already see some seedlings popping out of the ground, or perhaps it is now time to plant new seeds. Think about what seeds you would like to plant here. These seeds are like new beliefs, new ways of feeling, new ways of thinking, new ways of thriving. Select the seeds you would like to plant here. You can plant anything you want. Flowers, edible plants, magic beans, new plant species nobody knows yet, plants out of this world, whatever feels right to you in this moment. Bring in some helpers who are excited to look after this new garden section. Instruct those helpers what you want them to do and listen to their suggestions. And once you're satisfied with this communication, take a step back and observe what you have just planted. How are you feeling while you're assessing your new garden? Now take a moment to look around and to examine if there is anything else in your entire garden that needs tending to. If you notice anything, simply use your magic wand to either remove what you don't want in this garden or to add features that you would like to have here. Once you're satisfied, return to the garden entrance. Notice if the entrance looks any different than when you entered. And before leaving your garden, stop at the entrance and turn around. What is your impression of this garden now? Can you see the garden section with your positive beliefs? How does it look now? Can you see the garden section that formerly held your negative beliefs? And how does it look now? And perhaps you can also spot the new garden section with your seedlings. Notice for a moment if you become aware of any animals in this garden. Perhaps a butterfly here or there, or bees, birds, or echidnas. Do you hear any sounds in this garden? Any bird melodies? Any sound of water or wind? Take a moment to breathe in the air of this garden. Do you smell anything? Any fragrance? Or the scent of soil? Is there anything you would like to say to this garden before you go? And is there anything that this garden wants to say to you before you go? And now say your temporary goodbye. And when you're ready, walk through the gate and return to your life right now. Before opening our eyes, let's just take a moment to feel. Feel how you're feeling. Feel how your body is feeling. Feel how relaxed or not relaxed you are. And take a deep breath in, vitalizing your body. And begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Move your face muscles. Gently move your shoulders and your head, your ankles, your wrists, your elbows, your knees, your hips, your spine, and open your eyes when you're ready, coming back to your day. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed this inner garden journey. Take good care. Until next time.